Join the chat. Let's start the show.
Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to another absolutely amazing episode of the Happy Hour Show with Lindsey Vertner and my lovely guest, who I'm going to introduce in just one hot second. If you are new to the show, make sure you comment down below, post your questions down below. This is a conversation between myself, my beautiful guest, and you. So comment down below, share this video out, and love, 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 okay? Talk to us on tonight. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Lindsey Vertner. I am a peak potential strategist and transformational speaker. I teach female entrepreneurs and ambitious leaders how to master their mindset and increase their self-care, self-worth, and self-discipline. That is my jam. That's my area of expertise. And I want to introduce to you my beautiful, beautiful guest. Her name is Mel McSherry, and she is an international business development coach, okay? She's an awesome, awesome speaker. I met Mel at a conference last year where we were both speakers and we totally connected. I love her energy and what she's all about. She helps women in business to get the money, okay? And we're going to be talking about her upcoming book called She Profits. And you know, we like some money, okay?
Cheers to that.
Yes, yes. So she helps them to slash their stress by showing them how to prioritize their profits and their time and themselves correctly so that they can create the money, the business, and the life they want. And by they, I mean us ladies. She has been an entrepreneur since 2010. She's launched 2 successful businesses, tripled her annual income, become an Amazon best-selling author, and created a true life by design, all while raising an 8-year-old, honey. So without further ado, let me welcome my lovely, lovely guest, Miss Mel.
I was sitting here all just like jamming. I'm like, oh, wait, no, we got to talk now. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. This could be a better way to end my Tuesday.
Yay! I love it. I love it. So I know that I just ran through your resume, but I need you to give the viewers and the listeners, tell them who Mel really is. Like, who's the
okay. If I had hair, I'd flip it. Wow. Who is Mel McSherry? So as you said, I am a mom. My son is actually 9 now, and I don't know about you, but I've been exploring the world of remote learning. But yeah, so I've been an entrepreneur since 2010. I live in Chicago, Illinois. I'm originally from a small town outside of Boulder, Colorado. And I spend my time just helping women. That is my jam, my joie de vivre. What gets me excited is, as you said, to really help women create what they want. And you and I were like, yes, create everything that we want because we deserve and desire all of it. And I think that's such a big point right off the bat is that, we try to be timid and we try to be like, I just want to help people. No. What do you really want? Like, what do you really want? And I think having platforms like this and amazing shows like this, we're like, girl, what do you want? Like, that just helps us so much really cling on to it and identify with it and then go for it without this reservation of, I don't know. Right. So it's just like, so that's me. I'm 6 foot tall. I'm in Chicago. I've got a 9-year-old. I'm a divorced mom. I mean, I'm all over the place. I got kombucha. I'm here for all of it.
Yes, I love it. And shout out to all the tall girls that are watching, okay? If you are above, we going to say 5'10" and up. Hashtag tall girl love. Put that in the comments below, okay?
I think that's how you and I like match, because we were the only ones that could see eye to eye across the room.
Yes, like we could see over the crowd of people like, oh, I see you. Yes, listen, we love our short sisters, but right now we got to give some love to our fellow
we gotta have our space.
because we get picked on for being tall, especially when we were younger. I'm sure you might probably.
Oh, Amazon. Amazon was my nickname from freshman year to I moved away from Arizona probably.
And I was always happy too, so it was like Jolly Green Giant. I was like, that's not a compliment. Like,
no. Oh man.
Goodness. So you mentioned you're divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a business, and you have a now 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, like, because I know that's like so many different mindsets in all three of those roles. So many positions in all three of those roles. Mm-hmm. So before I get into that piece, tell us about, has there ever been a time in your life where you didn't know what you wanted and how you handled that?
Oh God, yeah. Actually, it's so funny that you asked that, because it just popped up on my time hop a couple of days ago where I put the status of my Facebook, I think it was about 10 years ago, that said, don't you hate it when you don't know what you want to be when you grow up? And for the longest time, I had no idea what I wanted to be. I kind of hunt and pets. So my first original thought was to be an actor. So I actually moved to Seattle sight unseen because I got accepted to a theater school there, and try to do theater for school was 2 years. I stayed 3 years after that, just not going anywhere, obviously. And so from there, I was like, okay, now what do I do? And I've always been a person where I've followed my passions and tried to turn those into something. Mm-hmm. College was never in my mindset. So I never went, because to me, why would I have to take courses that aren't aligned to something that I want to do, like math to be an actor?
Yeah.
And luckily, I grew up in a very entrepreneurial household. My father actually started a company when he was 40 years old. Mm-hmm. It was just him and his secretary. So that was 25 years ago. It is now a multi-million-dollar company, over 200 employees in Arizona. So having that example now is amazing. But what I feel now was even better is growing up, we survived several very unsuccessful ones. Mm-hmm. So watching him pivot, I'm so sick of that word, but I'm going to say it anyway. But watching him learn what went wrong, figure out another passion that he had, and then try to turn that into a business. So that has always been kind of my natural pull of like, how can I use my strengths to be of service? That's always. So that turned into personal training. And I was like, cool, this is great. I hated the corporate environment. It sucked my soul. I lasted 2 years, go me. And then I started my own personal training business. And I thought, I could be a personal trainer for the rest of my life. And then I had my son. And I was married to his father at the time, who works in Major League Baseball, traveling all the time. So I couldn't really run my business because I had to be home with a newborn. I don't have any family here in Chicago. And I was just like, and so it was another point of, okay, now what? But so there have been many points where I have had to take a pause, or I like to say, take a step to the side and reevaluate and reapply the knowledge that I have, adjust my direction, and then create a plan of action from there. And the thing that I love about sharing this story is that that's exactly how I coach. Like how I show my clients to prioritize themselves, their profit avenues, and their time correctly is based off of what I have done my entire life. Is just really identifying what I want, looking at the time that I have, and what can I do to the biggest capacity in that time to create what I want. And so this business was just this conglomeration of everything until I was like, oh, so I guess this is what I'm doing now. And who knows if this is like going to be it for the rest of my life. I have other passions, other things I want to do. And that's what I love about entrepreneurship, is that you can constantly evolve. You're never stuck doing the same thing every single day. If you are, you got to talk to somebody, because that's just not what this is about. So I've had many periods of what I call what the fuckery. And then I find that first glimmer, and then I just kind of move forward from there.
You're moving forward, and that's important. Over here in the comments, Miss Renette says, hashtag tall girl. Yes. If you are just tuning in, you are watching the Happy Hour Show with Lindsey Vertner and my lovely guest, Mel McSherry. And we are talking about going after what you want and knowing what you want, because she likes to help the ladies get the money. And we haven't gotten to the money talk yet, so you haven't missed it, but you have missed some juicy details already. So make sure you go back and watch the replay, comment down below, post your questions for Mel in the comments, and share this video out. So one thing that you just said that I really like that you said that was one, not only, well, a lot of things I like that you said. So let me go over a couple of them. One, you watched your dad like have all these unsuccessful things, but keep going until he did have that successful one, because I think that that is big for a lot of people. We fail one time and then we give up, and then we get, we're resentful that we're not living our true dreams, and we're like, oh my gosh, but I tried it and it didn't work, and so now I'm done. And so that holds a lot of people back, and that fear of failure in the first place holds a lot of people back. But I think it's important to note that for most people, every successful person out there, we fail all the time.
Yep, every day.
We don't give up. We keep going and going and going. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's pivot and try this.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this. And I don't mean that in an all over the place, we're just doing any and everything, but I mean like we have our focus and we're shifting and adjusting until we find that right spot that really helps us to grow. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. They either let the fear hold them back in the first place, or they try it, fail, and then give up, and then they mad at everybody and their mama because they're not living their goals.
Well, and to me, entrepreneurship now has become so sexy. Like everywhere you turn, it's like 10 days to 10K or 60K in 60 days. And we have sold this mentality that you can create these massive waves in a short amount of time. And what they don't talk about is, yeah, you're going to get there. Is it going to be the first 60 days? No, but you're going to put these things into practice, and you're going to probably see that growth within a 60-day period. But that's the same thing I run into as well. They're like, this is like, one of my clients, she goes, I didn't realize this was going to be so hard.
Right?
Like it is hard. It's not for everybody, or else we all would be entrepreneurs, especially my clients that went from corporate to entrepreneurship. They come with what I call corporate PTSD, and it is real. Like it is so real. And they just think, and it's not because they are naive, but they just naturally think that what worked for them in a corporate environment with a team of X amount of people will still work in a capacity of one person. The same pricing, the same process, I'm just like, no, it's not going to work. Like it might, but are you capable of handling all of this with just you? And so I think shows like this and us having conversations like this of, look, is it phenomenal? Yes, I love it. Eat it, sleep it, breathe it. I will never be anything else but an entrepreneur for the rest of my life.
Right.
However, I still have days where I wake up, I'm like, all right, Mel, like I got to rally. Like I got to put on all the good smells. I got to meditate. I got to just be in the space, because some days you do get caught up in things because you are human. Yes. But having that capacity and having that permission to sit with that and connect and understand that. And then, as I say in my book, it's just a matter of recognizing, reapplying, and moving on. So now recognizing what do you know, reapplying the knowledge that you have that is aligned with now what you know, and then use that to move forward. And it's a process like everything else.
Yes, because too many people want like the quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like,
always
this business right now on what is.
When I was a personal trainer, they're like, "What's the best exercise for me?" I'm like, "I don't know you. Like, I don't know." Just like one process plan is not going to fit every entrepreneur. Like you have to customize it to you and how you work. You're not going to get all of the answers from one person or from one thing. It's a conglomerate of stuff.
Yes, Yes. And it's so true. You have to make it unique to you. You have to figure out what works for you and your life and your experiences and your knowledge and your expertise. Because even if you have the best coach in the world, like they have completely different personality and experiences than you do. And so you have to mold it into what fits for you and know
Exactly.
you can only be the first class version of you and a carbon copy of anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
To be authentic to who you are. So I love that you are having these conversations. Yes. And helping folks to realize it don't happen overnight. Even if you're not a business owner, like if you just want dreams and goals, it don't happen overnight. You got to get up and do the work and allow the time for your heart to grow.
Exactly.
So some other things that you said, apart from seeing your dad fail, but then have that big boom of success because he didn't give up and he kept going. So that was one piece. And then there was another thing that you said, you don't pause, but you step to the side, which I thought was interesting because a lot of times we do say like pause, take a break. And what happens is it breaks
down
momentum. And it can be hard starting back up. And so I like how you were like, well, we step to the side. We're not running anymore, but we're still going to walk along the way.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I always say, you know, a step forward or the size of the step doesn't matter. It's the direction. So and I don't believe in step backs because there's no way you could ever step back into where you were before or who you were before or what there's just, it's unless you've done absolutely jack crap, there's really no way you can do that. And so I love framing it when I say step to the side because it's like, I love to paint and I've drawn and painted since I was about 8 years old, 9 years old. And one of the things I remember my art teacher always telling me is when you get lost in it, just take a step and look, like kind of just look to the side, like just look at it from a different angle. Because what that does is it gives you a different perspective of the whole picture. And then you can know whether it's done or not. And that is something that, again, I've just naturally do when I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I can't, even a prioritization coach, sometimes can't see the forest through the trees, which is why I have coaches. But I have those days too. And I take my own advice. COVID has been a huge reminder of me taking my own advice and taking that step to the side and going, okay, this is what I see. This is what I know. And this is what this is going to be my first step back onto that path, or maybe this first step onto this new path because things have shifted.
Shift
happens.
Get used to it.
I say like everybody keeps saying pivot. I try to use the word maneuver. We're just maneuvering. Like it's just flowier instead of like
the direction. Just
a
little bit.
Wiggling.
Shift happens. Okay.
Exactly. Hashtag shift happens.
I can put that in the comments if you are watching and you are picking up everything we are putting down. Put hashtag shift. Okay. Over here, Nicole says shift. Yes. Word of the night, shift. Just be like, you know what? Forget this shift.
Right.
Don't forget it. Don't forget it.
Just step to the side.
Shift up. I'm trying to think of some more. Like, shift. That's all I got. Yes, the hashtag shift happens. And she is laughing right along with us. Listen, if you got some more funny jokes to intertwine shift and place.
Yeah, right.
Post them in the comments because here on the Happy Hour Show, we like to have fun. We're not all stuffy and like, we have to be prim and proper all the time. Like, no, life is about enjoying life, laughing and having fun and living it to the fullest because that's what enhances the overall quality of your life. And that's what this show is all about. So yes, we're going to give you the goods for your personal life and your professional life, but we're also going to have a good time while we're doing it. Larry Joe says, shift happens. Yep.
Love it. You can make that into a t-shirt. I'm sure somebody already has. You just need to find it.
Hey, I'll be surprised if they don't already have it.
Right.
Sometimes it's like, what? Nobody has said that yet. Somebody, and see, here's the thing. That's a lesson by itself because it's probably a whole bunch of people that thought it, but
never did it. Exactly. You don't know what you don't know. That's what my grandfather used to say all the time. So you gotta just figure it out. Because that's the other thing too, that comparison syndrome, right? Especially with women who are building their businesses. They're like, well, she already does that. Yeah, but is she you? No. Do you talk like her? No. Mm-hmm. Are you like, do you have the same background? No. Like, it's so easy for us to fall into that trap of, well, I'm doing what she's doing, so I'm going to base my prices off of her. No. Like, just leave her over there. This is yours. Like, what do you need to make? What is your time? And that's what I help them do, is kind of get out of that like overload of everything that they think they need to do to be successful or to have what they want or who they need to be. It's like, no. You're going to be successful on your own right, on your own path, with your own gumption, because this is your business. Mm-hmm. So even if you're like, somebody's definitely thought about it, look it up anyway. And maybe they have, and maybe you have that next idea to make it even better, because there's never an original idea. Half the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I've heard from other coaches. I've just adjusted it to how I speak and in alignment with what I do, right? There's never a new idea. So you've got to have that little bit of like, that feistiness of, well, I'm sure somebody has, but let's just check to see if they can do it like I want to do it. And there you go.
And you put your own unique spin on it. And the perfect example is fast food. Like, think how many different pizza places there are, how many different burger places there are, but you can have a Wendy's, a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Five Guys, all on the same block, sitting right next door and across the street from each other. And they all have lines because they serve differently. Their flavors are different. What they offer is different. They still have burgers. They still have fries. They still have soda, but the fries from one place to the next is going to taste different than the other. And some people that will prefer those fries versus those fries, and that burger versus that burger. And
you find your people and they follow you. Exactly.
So if y'all didn't catch that, that means quit sitting on what you got, okay? Just listen, move. Progress is better than perfection. Whatever you have, whether it's a passion, whether it's a purpose, whether it's a business idea, even if it's just a community event, quit holding on to it and take action.
Doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection is nothing but procrastination.
Yes. Listen, and Nicole says they serve differently. They absolutely do. So progress is better than perfection. Okay. So take action on today. And I saw you just took a sip, and I think that this is absolutely a perfect time to find out.
What's in your cup?
Oh, look at you. You got all the fancy stuff.
It is that time of the show where we find out what my lovely guest, Miss Mel, is sipping on. So what you'll do is, if you are watching at home, you will post what you're drinking in the comments below. And if you don't have a drink, then you're going to post what drink you're going to make yourself in a few minutes after you're done watching the show, okay? But for now, my guest is going to share what she is drinking, and then you're going to give us some cup cam and show off.
I was going to say, I'm like into the Vanna. I was like, what is it? Today we are drinking. Oh, wait. I forget that it's backwards. Healthy aid. Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. You think I've done this before. Healthy aid kombucha, but it's bubbly rosé. With my sustainable aluminum or steel straw in my glass bottle that I will recycle because I'm trying to do better.
Very, very earth friendly.
I'm trying.
Listen, we don't judge on the happy hour show, but then here I come with my plastic bottle that I and I'm not going to recycle. In my head, I recycle great. In reality, this is the true me, okay?
It's so funny. I always find it funny when people try to like guilt other people. Like, oh, so this is a really weird, random getting to know Mel fact. I was a born and raised vegetarian until I was 35.
Wow.
And it was a religion thing. I'm third generation. My dad was raised that way. My grandmother, like whole nine yards. And I remember when people would be like, are you going to cry if I eat a burger in front of you? I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm not gonna like say a prayer over your steak because like you do you. I'm sure you do other things to help out in other areas. Like, yes, I have this now, but I also have a crap ton of plastic in my bathroom. So it's like the little things, right? I say this all the time. It's the little things you do that make the biggest difference. So it finds balance somewhere.
Yes. So I am actually drinking. It is a healthy drink, at least. It is water. But it has a hint of blackberry flavor. So listen, Hint Water, feel free to sponsor this video because right now you are not, and therefore let me go back and blur out that. Yeah. So actually, my mom started getting me. She had them, and I tried one, and I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good," because I don't really like flavored water. I just like water.
I'm a huge water person. Yeah.
So it's like, just give me water or give me something to drink. And so, but I was like, okay, this works.
And it doesn't have bubbles. It's just still water.
No, it's legit water, and it tastes like if they had infused some blackberries in there or something. Like, it's literally like a hint of blackberry flavor. And they have some other flavors. You can get them at Walmart and Sam's. Again, not sponsored. So you can get them at Bleep and Bleep.
Google it.
Send me my coins. You want me to say your name?
Well, for on that note, then also kombucha. If you could.
Right. We're securing the bag by any means necessary. Over here in the comments, Nicole is like, yeah, she is down for a party. And Larry says, sleep is in my cup. Oh, tell me how that works. Please.
I hope she gets it back.
Elaborate. Is your cup putting you to sleep? Does that mean there's some extra ingredients?
Sleepy time tea. I love me some sleepy time tea.
Oh, yes, with the little bear on it.
A celestial season.
That. Nicole says, I use ginger, apple, and carrot. Yummy.
Ooh.
I would have agreed with you on that yummy until that ginger. Like, I'm not a big... I
like a scotch, like a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm not a big like ginger flavor. Like, I'll drink ginger ale, and I like food that has a little ginger in it, but not like heavy on it.
Oh yeah.
But the rest of that sounds yummy, girl. Yes. And Miss Cynthia says, I like And listen, y'all I'm about to date myself. You're gonna have to tell me what the acronym KMSL means, because killing my sad look.
I was gonna say, like, kissing my sleepy lover.
Ooh. Kissing my sassy lover, which would be my husband. Hey, husband. You know what? I think I got it with the funny. Killing myself laughing.
Oh,
right?
Right? You learned something new.
Vicky says lemonade tonight. Too late for Coke. Hey. Lemonade. Is it just plain lemonade or is it flavor lemonade? Because I love me some lemonade.
That's some good stuff.
All the lemonades. Yes. And Nicole says, she was laughing at us. And Larry says, I'm in the bed watching. Long day, so no drink.
Oh, okay.
We got you, boo. We got you. Thank you for tuning in despite your long day. And see, that's what we do on the Happy Hour Show. We give you goods that even if you had a long day, you still want to enjoy it despite everything you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to help you to relax and meanwhile get your life together at the same time, child.
Magical. Tomorrow's going to be a whole new day.
Yes, we were right. It does mean killing myself laughing. Well, listen, we don't want you to die, honey. So living yourself laughing.
Take a breath.
And Renette says, that's what I thought it meant. Yes, yes. So much fun times here on the Happy Hour Show. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Happy Hour Show with Lindsey Vertner and my lovely guest, Mel McSherry. She is an international business coach and an absolutely amazing speaker. And she helps ladies to get to the money, get to the profit. And in speaking of that, I know, like we kind of touched on it earlier, but we didn't dive deep into it. That you have a son and you are also divorced. And then I also know that your son is special needs. So there's probably some extra challenges there that you likely had to transition through. So before we dive deep into the separate areas of that, tell us, because I'm sure there are people out there that are going through relationship transitions. How was it for you being divorced? Did you find it a struggle as far as stepping out on your own? How were your finances? Not to be all up in your business, but I'm all up in your business for
No, you come on up. Come on up.
How were your finances as a married couple and then having to go through that divorce and become a single mom with a special needs child?
Yeah. So first, I mean, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat because this is not typical. My divorce was very amicable, and my ex and I are very good friends, like really good friends. We're great co-parents. It was just one of those things where it's just like, you know what, we're just better friends than married, and we both deserve better. So there was that. So I've always been a fiercely independent person, and both him and I were still very independent while we were married. So in regards to stepping out on my own, that part didn't scare me. I've been taking care of myself. I mean, I left my parents' house when I was 19. You know, I've been taking care of myself ever since I was 19. I got married when I was 28. Had my son at 30. So again, a lot of experience of me just like figuring it out, doing it on my own, good to go. So that part wasn't as hard. I would say the financial aspect of it was different. My husband was the breadwinner. We didn't have a ton of money, but we had obviously enough. And you know, when I started my first business, I only had the goal of I just wanted to make a contribution. And I never really pushed myself to make anything except I remember thinking that like 15,000 in a year or 20,000 a year would be like score.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I worked towards because I knew we had his money. So obviously as we split, it was kind of a realization of I had to have my own come to Jesus talk of, okay, how much do I need to make? How much time do I have? Like almost formalizing the plan that I now pay forward to my clients. And it, you know, I totally understand when women get hesitant to ask for what they want in regards to how much their services are. I was that person 100%. I said yes to everything. I was overextended as all get out, like AF. I was in the middle of my divorce. I was building 2 different businesses. I was a part-time VA for an IT company. And my son was 3.5 and just diagnosed for being on the autism spectrum. So it was just like, oh, okay. And I was not, you know, I talk about this in my book and I talk about this pretty often. I wasn't building anything. When I say 2 different businesses, that's total crap. I was building nothing but debt, stress, and a bad attitude because I was putting everybody else's needs and wants and expectations first. Like, I was just like, okay, because I thought that would prove my value, right? If my clients were successful, then that would magically come back to me financially somehow. If my IT client was happy, again, that would magically come back to me financially. Yeah, right. And it was just like, and I remember that moment where I'd been doing a lot of personal development, and I just was like, you know what? Guess whose problem this is? And guess who has full control on changing it? Yeah. So I need to take that first small step. And that first small step was the first time I said no to a client. And it was like, I wanted to throw up because I'd never done that before. Like I had my whole day planned. They wanted something done at the end of the day that I knew didn't need to get done. And instead of playing Tetris with my schedule, I was like, my day is full. I'll give it to you tomorrow. You'll be fine. Of course, I said it nicer than that, but pretty much the gist of it. And he was like, okay, great. See you tomorrow. I was like, oh, so I have to ask for what I want to
Mm-hmm.
get what I want. Oh, okay, that's what I was missing. And from there, it just kind of progressed. And again, that confidence just built day by day. Was it overnight? Hell no. That was 7 years ago, right? Like even the last 3 years have been completely transitional for me and my business because I'm continuing to grow and learn how to put myself first, especially now with my son home for remote learning. I'm in Chicago. So all the kids are remote learning. And my son doesn't have his aide anymore. He doesn't have his therapist. He has me.
Yeah.
So that's been a whole learning experience this last 3 weeks of now reshifting my schedule again. So I have enough time and energy for me and what I want to accomplish, as well as so I can be what he needs as much as possible without us killing each other.
Yes.
So it's definitely, again, I've had those moments of what the hell am I doing? Is this even right? Like, I'm days where I would wake up and I would have $0 in my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, I do have a very supportive, amazing family, and they have always been there for me. Whether I've wanted to ask them for help or not, or whether my dad just like snuck money in my account because he knew I would never ask. So I have been very fortunate to have a very supportive family, and some other financial things that have come my way, thankfully, out from outside sources. So, again, I know what it's like to struggle on your own and figure this out on your own, but I've also been extremely blessed to have a supportive family in my life to pick up a little bit of those pieces when I needed it the most.
Yes, yes. So many key points right there. If you are just tuning in, you are watching the Happy Hour Show with Lindsey Vertner and my lovely guest, Mel McSherry. Make sure you post your comments and questions down below. In a moment, Mel is going to answer your questions, so you got to put them down there. And listen, y'all know y'all always have the opportunity to submit your question early. So if you didn't, we might get to your question, we might not, but that's what you get for procrastinating, okay?
We don't reward procrastination here.
We'll get to it if we get to it, but still
Right.
post it down below, okay? And share this video out. And I love, again, there were so many different things that you touched on because oftentimes as women, we don't ask for what we want, or we do settle for less than what we truly desire. And that's why so many women are suffering right now. We put on this face like we're all good and we're smiling and I have everything I want and I've got this and I got that and I'm grateful for what I have. And yes, it's important to be grateful, but
Yes,
at the same time, you have to ask yourself, when you go to bed tonight, are you truly fulfilled in your life? Are you exhausted and are you drained day in and day out because you're constantly serving everybody else instead of yourself? And that's why I always say self-care is not selfish, and you control how your life is turning out for you. So you have no one to blame but yourself, which is a hard pill to swallow, to come to the terms with, wow, this life that I'm living, whether I like it or don't like it, is all up to me. I'm in control of this life. Yes, I may have been through some things. Yes, some negative things or some traumatic experience may have happened to me, but at some point you have to take accountability for your life and realize, all right, am I going to be a victim to my circumstances, or I'm going to cut out all of the excuses and be a victor and go after what I want? And so many women have struggled over and over again to do that. And we end up depressed and we end up suicidal and we end up on all these anxiety meds. And oh, Lord Jesus.
I call it the martyr mindset. Like, women have such a martyr mindset that we want to be seen as that extra miler, as that go-getter, as that, oh, well, ask Mel, she'll do it, and she'll do it like 10 times better, because we think that somehow, again, that's going to be returned to us in some sort of a profitable way. And when I talk about profitability, it just says the same way I talk about it in my book. I mean, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Like, we feel like we are going to be rewarded that way. When instead we're overwhelming ourselves and overextending ourselves. And instead of being truthful and saying, sucks, and, I'm having a rough day, we get the toxic positivity people where you're just like, it could be worse. Or, try to stay positive. No, don't try to, like, if you're going to sit in it, but don't marinate in it, right?
Yes.
Like, sit with it and recognize it and go, okay, this sucks. And I say the same thing in my book. You have full say on how you spend the time that you have.
Yes.
Full say. You choose how you spend your time. And those expectations or those punishments or anything that you correlate with that time, you have put that on yourself for the most part. Yes, there's legal things you need to do so you can take care of your partner, your children, and all of that jazz. However, there is always time in your day that you have full say on how you spend it.
Yes.
So choose wisely. And that means choose you, because you are the singular most important person in your life and in your business.
And
it all revolves around you.
We connect. That is why we connect, because I always say it takes the same amount of energy to be miserable as it does to be happy. So choose wisely. Either way, you're doing work. It's just which way do you want to do the work for? Do you want to do the work to be miserable? Because that gets draining and exhausting and uses up a lot of energy, just the same way as it uses energy to be happy and to be grateful and, to really achieve your goals. Either way, you're giving energy. It's just which way do you want to go? And I can definitely say, you see the smile. I am all about happiness. And, there's a positive side of everything. But if you truly follow me, then you know that I say your emotions are important. And they're there for a reason. And you have to acknowledge those emotions, but you have to be able to shift your perspective and find the lesson in your loss or the message in your mess and move forward so that you can have more happy times than bad times. Woo, man. Over here in the comments, they are popping. Yes. Thank you all for tuning in. We got a question here, which we'll get to in a moment. Nicole says, my son was a special needs child as well and ended graduating top of his class.
Nice. Good job, mama.
Right. You better get it, girl. Okay. And she is amazingly awesome. Yes, Lindsey, she says. Over here, they are. Yes, thank you all for tuning in. Miss Renette says, speak, Miss Mel.
I got you.
Nicole says, you choose how you want to spend your time. Love it. And Larry says, spot on. And it is exhausting when individuals do that. And Vicky says, amen. Yes, everybody is in agreement. And I think that this is just a perfect time. Like, we could go on and on and on and on.
I've got another thing kombucha in the fridge. I can just come get it. I just tell my son to go to bed by himself. I'm like, no, you can figure it out. It's fine.
Right. Y'all know y'all bedtime. Y'all know. Y'all get there. Right now, I think that this will be a great time to play a little game called
30-second hot shot. Answer the question in 30 seconds or less, or take your shot.
This is the part of the show where my lovely guest Mel has to answer your questions in 30 seconds or less, or she's got to take a hypothetical shot of that kombucha stuff she's drinking. And for me, that probably would be like a shot, because I tried it once and I was like, oh, I can't. Somebody have the rest of this. Yeah, so let me get my timer up right here.
Okay.
Put your questions down below. I have some that were submitted previously.
Ooh.
And timer. And I saw one in the comments already. Yes. Let me get back to it right there. Okay, so I'm going to read the question and then start the timer, and you have 30 seconds.
Okay, here we go.
I think this first one is going to be easy. This is going to be like your practice one, because you already got this. So Renette says, Mel, when does your book come out?
October 16th. And there's going to be an opportunity for those of you who are here to pop on my wait list and actually get it a couple of days early. So
yes, so stay tuned to the very end, because we've got something special for you. So that one you killed in 6 seconds.
Yes.
And then this submitted question says, how do you navigate COVID with a special needs child?
Very carefully. I will say for us, because of where he is on the autism spectrum, it hasn't super duper affected us because we like to stay indoors. He's not the most social kid. I will say masks took a bit, but because we've been in lockdown in Chicago for going on 7 months now, he's completely used to it. And he loves that he's home with me and doesn't have to process anybody else. So to him, it's been a huge blessing. And to me, I'm just going to take a drink anyway.
Well, you hit it right on the buzzer. So that was a practice shot. So this next question says, how do you practice self-care being a mom and a business owner? Go.
So I could go on and on about self-care because I think I have a totally different definition than most people. To me, self-care is making sure that my schedule is prioritized to what I want. If you want to get into specific things, one of those things is I wake up every morning around 5:15. I have coffee in bed, and then I do yoga right by my bed, and then I get back into bed until I have to go wake up my son. And that gives me that quiet time to just like, before, you release the Kraken. But other than that, my day is always prioritized around what I want. So every day I take care of myself. Damn, I'm good.
I'll let you pass on that one. I'll let you pass. That was awesome. And listen, y'all heard her say 5:15 she gets up. This is why it's important to be true to who you are. And yes, take on the advice of the greats like Miss Mel, but also adjusting it to fit you, because 5:15 for me, I maybe just went to bed 2 hours ago. Okay. So
I'm such a morning person. I've always have been. All of my jobs, personal training, I worked in a coffee shop. I had to be there by 4:45 in the morning. Like, I'm just a non-sleeper. I don't need a lot of sleep, but mornings are my jam.
Whew, listen, even if I'm up, I don't like to physically start anything before 10 a.m. And I know this about myself, but then
love it
midnight and give me 11 p.m., 1 a.m. And I'm like, ooh, what can I do now? I'm getting this done. I'm getting this done. I'm like, why aren't businesses open at midnight?
God bless online.
Right. So here's another question. Before I answer that one, Cher says, lesson in your loss and message in your mess. Now that is powerful. Yes. Thank you, Cher. And another question, like, these are some good questions. Oh, wait, you're seeing it. You're seeing it.
Oh, I'm all like,
these are some good questions. So Nicole says, what are some great things that you love about coaching? Go.
My absolute favorite thing is being able to help facilitate and watch somebody achieve what they've always wanted to achieve. I was that way with personal training. I'm like that with business coaching, having women come to me and say, I want to do this, but I don't know how. And us together creating that how and watching her just explode is like, oh, it's so good.
Yes, I love that too.
And I call them OHF moments, those oh holy fuck moments of like, I can do this. And they do, and then they just like keep going. Oh, it's just like, it's the best.
Nice. And technically your answer was done. You had just
we were
Yes. So you were good. You were good. And Cynthia says, what is your advice to overcome being shy of public speaking? Go.
My best advice is social media, because you can't see them. That's why IG stories are my jam with my clients, because they last 24 hours. You can practice, you can just flub up, you can be you, and you can really learn how to talk and what you want to talk about and the way that you talk. So get it on social media, Instagram stories, 24 hours is gone, and just play with it.
Yes, I love it. And that one, you still had 7 seconds left to spare. So woo.
Loving this.
Pro. I love that. And to add to that last one, like she said, social media, but make sure, like, if you are posting something, go back and watch yourself so that you can hear how you sound, or you can see something that you're not noticing that you're doing in the moment. And here's a thing that I do. So I have a group on Facebook where I'm the only member in that group. And anytime I want to test things out, like, for example, when I first started using StreamYard, this platform that you are watching us on, aka StreamYard, send me a check. I'll be speaking your name a lot. Affiliate coin. But whenever I first started using this platform, rather than like testing it out for the world, I went to that private group that only has me in it.
Oh.
And I tried all the controls. I tried this. I said, oh, what happens if I do this? And nobody saw it because I'm in a private group by myself. So I think that that is a really good way
That's
you could
genius.
work on your public speaking. Create yourself a private group on Facebook. You're the only person in it. You're the only person that sees it. And then go in there and speak. Speak like you are on somebody's stage, speaking to millions of people, thousands of people. If you need to start out small, you can pretend you have a virtual audience of 5, whatever works.
Talk to your plants, your goldfish, your child, whatever.
Yes, and build up your courage there. And then one day, say, all right, rather than going live in my group, I'm just going to go live on my actual profile and see how you do, because it's just a shift. It's just a small shift, and it's okay if you mess up. One time my daughter was like, oh, mommy, do great and make sure you don't mess up. And I corrected her and I said, thank you for those encouraging words, baby. However, know that it's okay to mess up sometimes. But it's important that you keep going, because we're all human and we all make mistakes. So, yeah.
If y'all want to see what it, because I actually was hearing somebody talking about how they don't. Well, actually, one of my clients was saying this. They feel like they have to have perfect makeup and perfect face and perfect this in order to just be on video. Y'all need to follow me on Instagram, because you're going to see a whole mess of me on Instagram stories, because I want to share that with people. You can be a total mess and still have something pretty powerful to say, or maybe nothing, but you still get to know me, and there's always a point to it. But that's the other thing too, is don't overthink that you have to look a certain way or they have to be a certain thing. Like, just start, just keep starting, keep talking, and you will find that you talk about the same things over and over again. And then from there, that's when you just start hitting your stride. But yeah, you got to just do it.
Yes. Sorry, guys. I know y'all like, what is Lindsey doing? But listen, I saw something move out the corner of my eye. That's why y'all saw me jump. And I was like, I'm good not to scream and holler, but so I was trying to smack it, because this is a live show. I mean, we roll with the punches, and
now go with it.
Dead and squished in this tissue here, and now I am better, and I am back.
And we're back.
Yes.
I'm surprised you haven't seen my naked 9-year-old come in yet, so we're all good.
Yes, tonight is a good night. Miss Cynthia says, you two are awesome. Thank you. And Nicole, rounds of wait, are those clapping hands? Yes.
Some clapping, some muscles, some fire.
And Cynthia said, thanks for the advice. And thank you. Awesome. But you are a natural. Hey, but I didn't start this way. I mean, we all have the ability to talk, and it's just a matter of practicing, because you can be awesome as well. And yes, we must keep going no matter what. And she says, you ladies are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Nicole says, I really enjoyed the show. Love it. Well, make sure y'all tune in. If you don't know, then now you know. Down there at the bottom, bit.ly/happy updates is where you can sign up for updates specifically about the happy hour show, so you can know when the next episodes are airing, when there are special episodes, and sometimes my guests give happy hour specials. Those are special freebies or special discounts just for the VIPs that are subscribed to the email list. So make sure you subscribe down below so that you can stay updated. And our next episode will be this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will be speaking with Nicole Weaver, and she's got a whole story on her own. And so, Miss Mel, I want coming on the show, but as you know, I am all about creating intentional happiness in your life. And so I have to ask you my signature question, and that is, how do you intentionally create happiness in your life?
I intentionally create happiness in my life by knowing there is happiness in my life. And by really being grateful for even that sliver, whether it was just my son's laugh or I got 10 minutes of extra quiet time or what have you, but really finding the gratitude in those little things, because it is those little things that make such a big difference. And just knowing that there's always those opportunities, there's always going to be that opportunity in that day that's going to bring me back to where I am and to that happy place.
Yes, I love that. An attitude of gratitude, and in this case, an attitude of happiness.
Yes,
Because I'm sure that attracts more happiness and things to be thankful for and things to be happy for when you're focused on those things that make you happy. So that is awesome. Miss Vicky says, thank you, ladies. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Miss Renette says, you ladies were great. And Miss Larry says, I have enjoyed the show. Great job and love the flow between the two of you. See, I told y'all would like her. And I said,
anybody up in here.
Yes. And again, hashtag tall girls for all the tall ladies out there. If you're 5'10" or above, we are starting a tall girls only club. We ain't really, but we can pretend like we are.
Especially in Zoom, because when I meet people in real life, I'm like, I just want to warn you, I'm 6 foot. And they're like, yeah, okay. I'm like, no, really. Like, you only see me in this little square all day. So just trust.
Yeah, they always try to push us to the back of the photos. Like,
Y'all
better get on the sides. I'm tired of just having this part.
I'm gonna be the top of the pyramid. Y'all can just like file down underneath me.
Right, exactly. So I know that you tell us about your book and the special opportunity that they have right here.
Yes. So I am happy to announce that I am publishing a book called She Profits. And it is my outrageously simple 5-point entrepreneurial profit plan. Now, the term profit, again, is threefold: mentally, emotionally, and financially. And it's designed for women entrepreneurs who are exhausted and overwhelmed by everything that they think they need to do to be successful. And I show them how to step-by-step create a prioritized plan of action that is constantly in alignment and customized to who they are, how they work, what they want to create, and the time they have to create it in. So every single day they can wake up with a plan of action that goes with them with where they go, that can flow with them as the shit flies. And every day they make that step forward in their business, because the size of the step doesn't matter, it's the direction. So that comes out October 16th, but you all have access to my wait list. And what my wait list is designed is for some special VIPs who will be getting some nice little nuggets of knowledge and gifts up until the launch. And you will actually get access to purchase my book 48 hours before anybody else. So not only will you already have me in your back pocket giving you knowledge, dropping you some checklists, some videos, and all this jazz, you will also be able to be the first to get my book and start putting it into action so you can create what you want in the time that you have.
Yes. And ladies, listen, money is your friend, okay? Think you are making an impact right now. Just think how much more of an impact you can make with a whole lot more money. But I say that with a little hesitation, because also if you have a problem managing $5, you will have a problem managing $5 million. So make sure you get that mindset together first, okay?
And that's why I say mentally, emotionally, and financially, because yes, you could have a financial plan that can give you $60,000, but if you're a miserable cow, it ain't gonna mean anything. And if you're happy, if you're profitable mentally and emotionally first, that financial is just icing on the cake, and it just actually amplifies your life instead of just like detracts from it.
Yes. So make sure you sign up for the She Profits. And I just love that title. She Profits waitlist. You see the website right there. So push pause on the video, go back, watch the replay, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do. melmcsherry.com/she-profits-waitlist. Make sure you get on that so you can get all the details and the special bonuses. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Over here in the comments, Renette says, we need to. Yeah. Hashtag tall girls all day long. 5'8". And Larry says, I love her comb over taper too. Ain't you fly? And look at her glasses, y'all. Ain't they beautiful?
I have like 9 different pairs of glasses.
And
I was like, which ones do I wear today?
Yes, those are so cute. And if I had not had recently had LASIK, I'd be like, what are you
Ooh, you
getting?
fancy?
I am happy. Like y'all,
Nice.
because I'm not out of that habit yet. But I am happy to not have any friends.
Love it.
And Cher says, I don't go to the back. I'm over it, shaking my head. I just squat down and they have to deal with it. Yes, talking about pictures. No more tall girls to the back.
Squat on down.
Okay?
Love it.
That part. Thank you, Cher. We squatting down. Y'all better fill in.
Right? I'll just be squatting right here.
Yes. Larry says, that's what I wanted to ask her. Great. I got the answer without even asking the question. She's good. Platinum Princess.
Platinum Princess. Oh.
I like it. I
love that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Cynthia says, glasses. First thing I noticed. Ain't she fabulous, y'all? I just love my happy hour guest.
Oh my God, this is so great.
Yes. So again, make sure you follow Miss McSherry. Listen, now I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
you can follow my mom if you want, or you can follow me. It's cool, whatever.
You see her info right down there. Go to her website, follow her on IG. Make sure you join that wait list. There's the link right there, all again for you. And make sure you sign up for updates so that you can stay tuned on the Happy Hour show. Now, again, we want to thank our lovely guest, Mel McSherry. Make sure you join me this Thursday, September 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern as I bring on my next guest, Nicole Weaver. And in the meantime, my name again is Lindsey Vertner, your peak potential strategist and transformational speaker. And I wish you many, many blessings and a happy evening. Yes, they love those glasses, girl.
I buy direct, y'all. EYEBUY direct. I can't spell, but I buy direct. The frames are ridiculously cheap. That's why I have so many pairs.
What are they? EYB.
EYE. So it's I buy direct, but it's I spelled EYE.com. There's also another one called Zeelol, ZEELOL. Those are like ridiculously awesome. And they're like, the frames are $7. And I do need glasses because I'm blind as a bat, but you can get them with blue block. Yeah. Look at you.
Ow. Listen, so for all of y'all that see, ask and you shall receive. This is why you set questions and you speak the words out of your mouth and you make it clear what you want and what you need. And then you can get the things that you want and you need. Okay. Whole lesson right there at the end, straight from Mel and Lindsey, just for you. iBuyDirect.com and Zeelol.com. Yes.
There you go.
See, there you go. I actually almost bought a frame. They were so cute. And then I scheduled LASIK. So I was like, oh, don't need those anymore.
I mean, you can still get just the frames for $7 with glass because this is now my new favorite accessory, which is why I have so many pairs. It's like, do I want blue? Do I want red? Do I want purple? Do I want black? Like, it's my favorite thing.
I thought about that, but then I was like, Lindsey, you have been annoyed with glasses. Like, give your face a break.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy. Maybe you'll get them next year or something. But for right now, I am enjoying the freedom because I too.
Good for you, girl.
Blind, but now I see. Thanks you. So grateful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Oh, Miss Vicky, Zenny.
I haven't checked out Zenny yet. Ooh.
There y'all go. So y'all got 3 sites that y'all can buy y'all some beautiful frames for your prescription eyewear, or you can buy them with plain lenses if you just want the fashion, honey. So we are here for you on the Happy Hour show. And Larry says, I've been collecting sunglasses and fake glasses.
Ooh, and that's my kiddo. He's like, it's 9 o'clock. Why aren't you here yet? I'm almost done, babe.
Yes. So again, make sure you sign up for updates on the Happy Hour show, bit.ly/happy updates. You see it right there below. And thank you for spending another evening with myself, Lindsey Vertner, and my lovely guest, Mel McSherry. And with that, many blessings to you, and I will catch you next time. Bye.